You're not answering, again, this is why I'm accusing you of being disingenuous, because it doesn't answer the question, why does the United States have a moral obligation to let people from Somalia come here? And I'm not against people from Somalia, but you haven't made an affirmative case for why that's good for our country. You're talking about Iraq and the families of the people who are fighting on our behalf. And I think that's a fine case. I don't know if I agree, but it's not stupid. But Somalia or Yemen.
Thank you so much.
No, I'm serious. Like, what? No, but like, this is about 7 countries. What about the others?
Let's do this. Somalia or Yemen. Look, we're facing the largest refugee crisis in the world since World War II. Our allies are under strain in Europe. Our allies are under strain in NATO. Our allies are strained around the world. America has a traditional role to step up and lead in a crisis like that. It's very hard to lead in a crisis when you say, you know what, we want everybody else to do the work. We're not going to pitch in here. I mean, you're undermining American moral leadership in this situation.
That's not true. You can pitch in a countless number of ways without inviting the people to come live at your country in public expense.
We're talking about a tiny percentage of people. And by the way,
then how many?
There's a lot of stuff here that says, I mean,
how many refugees?
Taking what, 10,000 Syrian
refugees? But how many should we take in? At what point will we have done our duty?
I mean, duty is a very loaded word here.
How many should we let in?
I mean, I would argue for a pretty large number of people. You would argue for fewer.
I don't know what I would argue. I'm asking you. You do it for a living. Well, how many refugees should we let in?
I think given the current vetting process and what it can take, you could do about 100,000 people, maybe 200,000.
Per year?
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. But
and you would do that to help those countries or to help our I mean, look, here's the point. We could get virtually anyone in the world to come here who wanted to come. Why wouldn't you say, let's figure out the people who will help America?
I'm
Maybe
not
we
so
need
sure
some more
that's
software
true anymore. I mean, we can get the top talent in the world except for anybody from these 7 countries.
Are you arguing that letting in 100,000 refugees from Syria or any of these countries would be to the economic benefit of the United States, to the moral benefit? Like, what is the point? That's all I'm asking. What is the point?
What's the point? You're taking in people who
are... So people you can feel good about yourself? Or like,
no, it's not so I can feel good about myself.
Then why?
Of course not. No, in the face of the largest refugee crisis since the Second World War, the United States has a leadership role to play. And by the way, let's not talk about these people like they're total social burdens. I mean, Henry Kissinger came here as a refugee.
Are all social burdens.
Albert Einstein came here as a refugee.
Then if you're making, then are you? I just want to know what you're saying. Are you saying that if we let in 100,000 refugees per year, it will help the U.S. economy? It will assuage our guilt? I mean, like, what is the point?
It was
okay, then what is it about?
It will ultimately, I think, help the U.S. economy. At very least, it's cost neutral. There's a lot of information out there.
You think it's cost neutral?
Yeah, I do in the long run think it's cost neutral.
How long will it take to become cost neutral?
I have absolutely no idea.
So it's a guess?
It's not a guess. It's an estimate. I mean, look, like, do you know?
No, but I have some sense of what the costs are, and they're high. They're high. I mean, so you have to give a kind of countervailing explanation for why we'd want to do this.